Hey guys, it's Michelle from The Healing Heart. How are you? It's nice to see you. Thanks for clicking on the video and watching. I really don't know what I'm going to say. Every time I turn on the video, I just felt like I had something that I wanted to share. And here comes Erik right now. I can feel his energy coming right in. I asked him to join us and if there was something that we wanted to talk about. And he's actually bringing up the subject of positivity. But I'm going to say this really quick before I start talking about what Erik is whispering in my ear. And if anybody doesn't know who Erik is my spirit guide. He's one of the main spirit guides I work with. He's a spirit guide for a lot of us. And those of you who know him, I'm sure love him just like I do. And he's been such a big integral part of my journey and still is, of course. So Erik, you can pop on over to Channeling Erik, and that's Erik with a K, on YouTube, also on Facebook, and channelingerik.com to follow his blog and his Mom Elisa, and myself, along with some other fantastic mediums, work with Elisa, and we share a lot of information and a lot of great stuff that Erik shares with us from spirit to help us all through our ascension and through this time period that we're in. So I just wanted to say that, and I also wanted to say that I've done a lot of writing. I just don't have time right now. As you can imagine, it's Christmas. We're all busy. As you can tell, I'm a bit of a nasally Nancy, so I've been sick, and my kids have been sick. So we are doing a video so I can share some of this information that's burning in me, because a lot of times when Erik wants to talk, he wants me to write, he wants me to share. It literally sits all here, all in this area, and it's like a desire within me. I'm sure many of you understand that. It's just you need to pour it out into something. So okay, Erik says just to get on with it and get talking. We don't want to make this too long of a video today. Okay, so he wants to talk a little bit about positivity and how we look at it, and positivity and how we, what does it mean exactly? How do we describe it? How do we understand it? And when it's referred to on the spiritual path, when it's referred to when you are consciously walking a path of betterment for yourself, you are stepping into a journey, you're consciously aware, all of the things that many of us are doing right now. What does positivity mean? Because there is a movement of positivity. Be positive, think positive. Your positive thoughts create your actions. So have positive thoughts. Think, okay, and that is true. So Erik's just saying that is completely true, and there is absolutely no doubt that positivity and having a positive attitude has a huge impact on our life and on how we manifest and how we are going forward. Erik's just reminding me that the positivity when I was diagnosed with cancer and I was going through my treatment, when I was first diagnosed and told how aggressive it was, and I was really scared. And at that time, I did not have the understanding of our the law of attraction and the universal energies and how our thoughts create reality. I mean, I had it. You know, I kind of knew things, but I didn't believe it. I didn't think it worked for me. I thought I was too far gone the other way, that I just had to kind of fly by the seat of my pants and hope that I would have some luck. So when I was faced with basically the scariest news for myself, when I was slapped with that one, beaten on the head with that one, that's when I said, what have I got left in my arsenal to fight here? I have positivity. But now, there's something that I learned along the way during my journey and my healing journey from cancer, and which also comes up an awful lot within the spiritual communities, and this is why Erik is bringing this up right now. What if we changed the way we looked at the description of the word positivity, and what if we said, think real? Think real. Be positive? Yeah. be real. Because many of you, I'm sure, have thought to yourselves at some point, when you are in a one hell of a funk and somebody says, just have a positive attitude, you'll be fine, just have a positive attitude. That's all you have to do, think positive. And you hear somebody say that to you and you're like, what the hell? Seriously, you want me to be positive? Because that's not always the easiest thing to do. So what if you're real? What if you're real? What if when somebody asks you how you're doing, what if you actually answer back and say, actually, I'm not doing that well today. I need to talk about it. Actually, I'm doing okay, but I've got a lot on my mind. I've got a lot of concerns. I need to deal with that. What if that was what things were? What if we were able to stop ourselves from jumping to an emotional reaction when something happens and be real with it and deal with it? And yes, be positive, but positivity is also something that you have to train yourself. We have been not told to fear in life. We have been taught to fear. So we have been taught to be prepared for disaster. We have been taught to fear the worst. We have been taught to stand back and allow others to have better before ourselves because it's selfish. So there's a lot of unraveling that's happening, and the best thing, Erik says, that you can do for your ascension and your empowerment, your own learning right now, is be real with yourself. There's a lot of healing happening. A lot of us are having many different experiences, and meet yourself where you're at. Don't try to slap on all these ideas. Like, we can have mantras and good things to say. We can have our positive words and stick to all things light, bright, shiny, happy unicorns and rainbows. That's fine, but you have to believe it too. So it's not going to make any sense for me to slap a rainbow sticker on somebody's forehead who isn't interested in rainbows, basically. Erik said, folks, it's about this. Because he's saying we should wrap this up and not make it too long. We want this to be a quick little video. But he says, folks, this is the big point here. It's all the masks. It's the putting on a front because we're protecting this, or we're doing this, or we can't be honest because it might do this or it might do that. So with honesty, we could get into a whole other topic about being real, about discernment, about what does being real mean with everyone, and is it okay to have discernment, to behave a certain way when talking to someone, and maybe not disclose everything. It can really go down a rabbit hole, and Erik is actually telling me to be really careful with that right now and not to follow down that. So he's helping me get back on track a little bit right here. But thank you. He says, see what happens when you start to take that and go down another trail. Yes, I do. And this is part of just who I am. But anyway, he just said that being real is a lot more practical for people. Being real helps us identify. It helps us check in where we're at. What can we do right now? Because you may feel like you have no options right now. You may feel like every option has been taken off the table. And that is never the case. There is always a choice. There is always an option. It might take some dedication. It might take some hard work. It might take making some changes. I mean, it depends on what your situation is and where you are. Each person is individual. So the whole point of our conversation today, Erik says, is let's be real, people. Let's be real. Let's be real. Let's say that we make mistakes. I make mistakes all the time. But the difference is that I'm learning from them. I'm more aware of them now. And it's a lot easier for me these days to be able to say, okay, yeah, I shouldn't have done that, or I'm sorry I did that. So we all do things. We all make mistakes. We're all in this journey together, guys. He's just saying this isn't about being better. This isn't about catching up. This isn't about feeling behind. This is about meeting us where we're at, meeting each other where we are at, and having the compassion to, rather than kick each other down and push each other down, how about we start and lend out a hand and start pulling each other up? Because if you want to push everybody else down, you're just pushing yourself down too. So with that, he's just saying that that's it. That's all for today. Erik has been working very hard in keeping me on task and helping me multitask and take care of my own health, as I am making many changes in my own life right now too. So part of these changes is adhering to a little bit of a schedule. So I'm already a few seconds over 10 minutes, and that's what we were trying to stick to. So with that, I love you guys. Thank you so much for watching the video. Erik sends his love too, and we will catch you soon.